Hello, welcome to YNPN Southern Nevada's first 2018 member highlight. We're here with Dr. Krolikowski, and our member highlight is an opportunity to really put the spotlight on one of our members, tell you about how they're making waves in the nonprofit community in Southern Nevada. A little bit about Aaron and his work. Aaron is the managing director at Krolikowski Consulting. He's been doing that for over 10 years, working with clients and partners to improve the quality of life for people around the world. He specializes in mobile communications, water access, sharing systems, user-centric design, and environmental justice. Aaron has a Ph.D. in geography and environment from the University of Oxford. He's done work with several United Ways and foundations, small nonprofits. And so Aaron, you're a pretty busy guy with all of that. How do you find time to breathe?
Finding time to breathe, there's always a lot of work to be done. But I think personal care and self-care is critical for me. I always try to stay physically active, get the endorphins flowing on a regular basis. Gym, Las Vegas, the Valley is great for sort of day hikes. There's a lot of really great places within 30 to 60 minutes from here. So most of my work focuses, and most of my consulting work focuses on working with organizations on planning. While we do in the nonprofit sector tend to have a lot of really good intentions and a lot of energy, we don't necessarily always plan our work sort of as comprehensively as we might like to. And I think there's a reason for that. Most of the work that we do in the nonprofit sector is often a matter of life or death for a lot of people. When we're working with these life and death situations, we tend to jump right into action. We tend to make a decision and move really quickly with that. And what I try to do with my clients and with nonprofits in general, I think this, again, it's a major gap in our sector, is help people and organizations take that pause to do the thoughtful planning and help us understand sort of where we are, where we want to go. And at the end point, or sort of on the out end, have we actually gotten there? Have we achieved something? You know, if I was going to give any kind of advice to local nonprofits, a good, an easy way to remember to think thoughtfully about programs and services when you're planning for them. I like to use the three words: create, demonstrate, and advocate. If we can create new programs, demonstrate that they work, and then advocate throughout society, we might be able to at least minimize some of that imbalance that we see in terms of the scale of our resources and just the massive size of these social problems that we're working on. Okay, so equity, inclusivity, and sustainability are three core values that guide my thinking and my personal philosophy toward the changes that we're trying to make. And research is little more than a structured way for us to ask questions, figure out what the right questions are, and find those sort of most effective ways forward that we can move, right? So for me, that's really where research sits at the heart of it. It's about a navigation system. And again, I'm a geographer, so I think in maps all the time. And my brain sometimes thinks like a GPS. And when I work with clients, or I work, whether they're paying or pro bono clients, they're usually saying, which direction do I turn? And that's where research comes in. So understand the landscape and then determine what's going to be the most effective way forward. To answer that question, I'm just going to go back to some of my previous experience. And it's, I've had the opportunity, it's a blessing and a curse actually, to have to set up in a new place. And I think a lot of people in Las Vegas, in Southern Nevada in particular, understand what I mean, that it's difficult to start off in a new place. And every single time that I have started new someplace, the lesson that keeps emerging to the top, or rising to the top, is show up. It's the easiest piece of advice that I can give to anybody. I know after a long day of work, after a busy week, after maybe a frustrating conversation with your boss, you may not want to go to that evening event. But the fact is, if you show up, you meet people, get access to new opportunities, you have new experiences, and there's always some element of spontaneity. And I can say that Las Vegas has been the most, of all the places that I've had to start new in, Las Vegas has been the most welcoming, the most inviting, the most encouraging to newcomers. And so for new members of YNPN or newcomers to the Valley, I would say just show up. And I think, whether it's stuff through United Way, stuff through YNPN, things through BeWell, like I said, I have never felt more welcome and sort of invited to participate in the community like I have here.
Everybody, again, Dr. Aaron Krolikowski, thank you very much for being our first member highlight of 2018. For those of you who are thinking about joining YNPN or you haven't joined yet, you've just come to a couple events or learning about us, YNPN really exists to engage and support nonprofit professionals and community leaders through networking, professional development, social opportunities designed for young people to get involved in the nonprofit community. Aaron's an excellent example of that. So if you need any more information about us, please go to our website, YNPNSouthernNevada.org. I want to make sure I put the spotlight back on Aaron also. You guys can check out his website, AaronKrolikowski.org. You can check out also his Twitter and Instagram. His handle is @Krolikowski.
Tough spelling there.
We'll put it up in a picture. And make sure you connect with him, learn more about him. Awesome guys you found out. And once again, thank you for watching this video, and looking forward to bringing you some more member highlights in 2018.
So I just wanted to say thank you so much, Regis, to you and 3 Square for hosting us today, and to YNPN of Southern Nevada for inviting me to participate and share a little bit with the Southern Nevada community. Thanks.
Thank you.